guys, so I'm back for another video. This video is kind of going to be a little talking video. I feel like I've been talking a lot in my videos. Well, I guess I've been doing some try-ons. But this video is kind of going to be a little bit about dating in your 20s. I'm 24 going on 25. I'm still figuring out dating, and I think that's okay. I think that through life you're still going to kind of be figuring it out. I know it seems like everyone's getting married at this age, which I mean, and like everyone's having babies, but I mean, we were just in a pandemic. There was not much else to do, and people are like realizing who they want to be with, and that's cool. That's amazing. I love that. I have not realized that, and I don't know that I will, and I'm kind of starting to get to a place where I'm like, do I want to be with anybody? Seriously, do I want to have kids? Do I want to do all that stuff? And I think that these are really good questions to ask yourself at this age. One of the things that I've kind of realized is that like your 20s is the perfect age to figure yourself out. Mid to like late 20s, especially like even early 20s, but you're still kind of like getting past that little adolescent stage of like your high school years and college and like learning. But I feel like right now is the perfect place to start really digging in deep and seeing what you want in life. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't really like, I could date, that could be fun. I know right now I don't really want to have sex. I've been there, done that, and I feel like, I mean, everyone goes through stages. I think in life, you know, everybody might have a little bit of a hoe stage, and if you don't, you probably wish you did. Usually through college or like your early 20s, sometimes your late 20s, it's cool and not judging. You could be a hoe until you're like 50. I don't care. No judgment zone. But I kind of realized that like everybody's preferences are different. I still honestly don't know what I like. I'm kind of honestly at that point in my life where I'm like, do I even really like men? And not because like I've been disappointed by men. I have been, or because like of trauma from men, but more so just because I'm like, I felt like my whole life this was like, not to say, I'm not gonna say it was who I was supposed to like or what I was supposed to go with, but I kind of feel like I'm learning more about, I've been trying to read more books about like sexuality and just more books about life in general. And you honestly create your own path in life. You create your own journey, especially in relationships, especially with sex. Like, you don't have to do what everybody else is doing. You don't have to be in a relationship that's just monogamous if that's not what you want to do. But you also need to make sure your partner consents to that too, because you cannot just be cheating on people and being like, yeah, we're polyamorous. No, you're not. No, don't do that. Both parties need to agree to that. But I'm kind of at a place where I'm just cruising. I'm just chilling. I'm like, you know what? Like, this is the time to have fun. If you want to date around, if you want to fuck around, if you want to do whatever the hell you want to do, do it. Because that's the only way you're going to figure out what you want, to be honest with you. And right now, I'm at peace with myself. So I've kind of started a relationship with myself. I would like to say I am dating myself. I'm figuring out what I like. I'm doing nice things for myself. I do nice things for myself all the time. But more so in this past year, because I really felt like I needed it. Like, just like last month or a few weeks ago, I bought myself Girl Scout cookies, like a box of them. And by a box, I mean like a big box. They came with like 6 boxes of different cookies. And I wrote myself a little note, and I was like, you go, girl. You're killing it. Like, you are a superstar. Because sometimes you need to do those nice little things for yourself, and it's okay if you're not comfortable dating other people. I know a lot of people will make it seem like, oh, you need to get out there, you need to put yourself out there. You don't have to do that. Do so in your own time. That's what I'm doing. And then also, if you do want to put yourself out there, there's like baby steps, you know. Maybe to go on like a blind date that your friends set you up on. That's not a baby step, actually. That's kind of scary. Don't do that. Maybe go on a group date. I meant a double date, because that's one way to get to know somebody, but also your friends are there, so you're not too far out of your comfort zone. And if it's going like sideways, you can be like, okay. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing I've learned in just like being single is learning more about my body. So that's one important thing before you venture into a sexual relationship with anybody else. You need to know yourself intimately. You need to know what you like. You need to know what you don't like. I felt like that was something that I had struggled with, and I think a lot of women struggle with it. I think a lot of people struggle with it. So if you don't know what you like, how is somebody else going to know what you like? But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Being in your 20s is weird. It's kind of crazy. Like, you're in your mid-20s, you're like an adult, but you're not quite there yet. You are an adult, you know. You're starting to get bills. You're doing all kind of shit. You know, you have a job. You're working your little 9 to 5, or maybe not even 9 to 5. But you are seeing that your friends are starting to get married. Your friends are starting families. Your friends are having children. But there's no need to rush. There's no need to just make yourself feel like, oh my god, I'm behind, because you're not. Sorry, I had to sip my wine. I love it in a wine moment. Okay, so with that being said, the best advice I have for my fellow 20-year-olds, young adults, is to just live your life as authentically as you can. Do what makes you comfortable. Don't let anybody else tell you what to do. And then in terms of learning your body, I'm just gonna honestly be straight up and be like, go to your local sex shop, go to, I don't know, some sex store online, read the reviews, buy some toys, have some happy time with yourself, you know what I mean. Read some books on sexuality, read some books on being intimate with yourself, read some books on being intimate with others. Reading, honestly, you could learn so much, not just in general, but like about yourself, and about how to please yourself, about how to maintain healthy relationships. A lot of the things, when it comes to relationships, a lot of the reason why we're so afraid, I feel, is because we've never, me personally, I have never seen healthy relationships. Not really. When you don't see it that often, it's hard to accept it. So like, all of my relationships that I've been in have been very toxic. They have been very damaging for me. There's been, I mean, I'm sure I've been damaging in some relationships as well, because I was unable to let somebody in that way. And that's something that you also will have to work on if you are like that, if you are like me in that way, and you are so damaged by what others have done to you that you just don't want to let anybody in. You just want to stay at like arm's length from people. You're just like, no, like I cannot tell you about myself, because I feel like I would be in relationships where I would learn and know more about that person because of everything they told me about them than they would know about me. So like, I could tell you everything about this person, and you could probably ask them a question about me and they would not know the answer. And that's because I felt like the more you told somebody, the more they could use it to hurt you, the more they could use it against you, and that's not a good way to think. So going into a healthy relationship, or trying to be in a healthy relationship after being in a horrible, awful relationship, is really hard. You really have to retrain your mind to not think that way. You have to retrain yourself to be like, not everybody is going to do me the way this person did me. Not everyone's going to hurt me, but it's hard. So that's when you take the time to yourself. You take the time to learn. You take the time to date yourself, because if you don't know yourself inside and out, you can't expect anybody else to, and you can't expect you to let anybody else. So that's just my little bits of advice for this video. This video was really just a little mini video I wanted to chat with about things that have been on my mind. Hopefully other people can relate and I'm not just being crazy. But yeah, if you can relate, let me know in the comments. I just feel like, yeah, it's really a struggle in your 20s to navigate life, relationships, like finances, everything. And like, it's just crazy. But especially since we're in a whole pandemic. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I can do some more of these talking videos about little small topics, just little mini videos for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good night or day or whatever it is, wherever you are. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.